episode of Baking with Caroline and her mom. I'm Caroline, that's Mom.
Yes, indeed it is.
It's very early in the morning because we're making something that does not like humidity. We're baking Pavlova.
Pavlova, yum!
So Pavlova is a giant meringue. It's a dish that was invented in the 20s when Russian ballerina.
We're in the 20s now. It's 2020.
The 1920s.
Oh.
Yes, it was invented yesterday.
By me. Yes.
So it's in honor of a Russian ballerina called Anna Pavlova, and it's the national dish of Australia. They make it on Australian Day. They call it Pav. Because, Australians and shortening everything. So we have superfine sugar. We have egg whites, even though the container says 5 egg yolks.
But on the other hand, note that these are the egg whites left over from when we made the creme pâtissière with just the yolks, and I froze them.
I froze them and very cleverly labeled them incorrectly.
Well, it's the thought that counts.
And then we have vanilla, we've got some cornstarch and some lemon juice, and then a little bit of cream of tartar, which we'll talk about when it's necessary. Okay, so what do I do?
Turn the oven on to 300 and, turn it on to 300, Kara.
300.
Yeah.
Real 300 or our 300?
Real 300. Yeah. Our oven cooks hot, right? So normally, cooks cool.
Yeah.
So normally we actually adjust
Cool
it.
is okay for meringue.
Oh yeah.
Okay. We also have prepared our sheet. It's a piece of parchment with a 7-inch circle drawn on it.
In pencil, yeah. If you want to make sure that it doesn't move around when you're putting the meringue on it, I suggest you zap it a couple of times with any of those.
With the spray.
Yeah, with the spray, and that'll keep it from wibbling around.
And the circle is a guide for the shape and size of your pad.
That's it. Okay.
Okay.
So now we need 3 egg whites, and since we've just got this kind of container,
They're not like I can separate them.
yes, yeah, you can. The average volume of an egg white is 2 tablespoons. So you need to measure out.
I thought they were gonna maintain their own individuality.
You need to measure, and it'll be a bit,
Gross.
yeah.
So 6 tablespoons.
Yes.
But we want the weird goopy stuff.
Yes, we
there.
do.
Stop falling out. 2. Goopy stuff. I'm to Caroline.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Probably a little bit more, but
That's okay. Okay, so we now have our egg whites in the bowl. We're going to start with the that whisker attachment and whisk the egg whites until they're kind of foamy looking, like the froth on the sea waves when they're breaking.
so we're not aiming for a peak.
Not yet. Not yet. Come look.
Come look.
Okay. Yes, that is foamy. Okay, so the reason for this step, and it's not in the recipe that we have, the reason for this step is something I learned from my mom, your grandmother, that cream of tartar helps to hold beaten egg whites up
Oh, so like when you add in other things that they don't collapse.
quite as quickly or as easily. And the proportion is 1/8 of a teaspoon for every 2 egg whites.
Okay.
So we have 3 egg whites. I would just put 1/8 of a teaspoon in.
We don't have to do any math.
No. Well, if you want to do a 1/2 of 1/8 of a teaspoon, yeah. And a pinch of salt. Small pinch of salt.
Small pinch of salt.
Beep. Because salt. We've said it many times.
Magic.
Okay, so now keep beating. until you get stiff peaks.
And it's dry.
Dry looking and stiff peaks.
Okay.
This is where we hope it's not too humid to do this.
Is it possible to over-whisk your egg whites?
Maybe. I don't think I've ever done that. Should I come and look? I will come and look. Oh, that's looking good. You see that? It's standing up by itself.
It doesn't look dry though. Do you agree?
I just missed. Thank you. Yeah, a bit more, I think.
Okay.
It's around the edges there.
Yeah.
It's still. Thank you. Sorry about that. You're gonna have to edit that bit out where I
That's fine. I edited a lot of stuff out.
completely wonky there. Okay, stop now. Oh. All right, so now we're going to. It's even more. Yeah.
Definitely, it looks drier too.
Okay, so now we're going to put half of our sugar in there.
How do I?
Well, you just, use a spoon and decant.
Until it's half.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is super fine sugar, and we didn't have enough, so Mom made some.
Yeah, in my laboratory. Superfine sugar is, as the name suggests,
Super fine.
yeah, the crystals of the sugar are smaller and so more readily absorbed. And I made it by using the food processor to grind the sugar that we had a bit. Yeah. Okay, so now you're gonna. It says here, whisk in half the sugar.
Whisk like I was whipping, or whisk like a.
Continue whisking until the mixture is stiff and shiny. And if I recollect correctly, I just
Turn it on.
turn it on.
Okay.
Okay, turn it off and see if it's stiff and shiny yet.
It's definitely shiny. I think I need to scrape. Yeah, it's shinier.
I'll come and see.
It's shiny.
Oh, look, it's stiff too. See that
Look at
very,
that.
very big.
Look at that peak.
Yeah,
Look at that
yeah.
peak. Look at that.
Yeah. Okay, so that's definitely stiff and shiny.
Okay, so that wasn't very long at all.
No. Now we're going to add the remaining sugar. I take the bowl off the stand. Scrape the doodah off there so it doesn't. We're gonna Careful.
I think that's the best I can do.
Okay, so the remaining sugar, sprinkle over the top.
And then fold it in.
We have to put the a teaspoon of corn flour in with that sugar. So.
And there's lumps in our sugar. Should we be sieving it?
Oh yes, let's do that. There's a sieve underneath there. Oh dear.
Oh no! What's happened?
Do you want me to do it?
We have switched because my back suddenly decided that it was unhappy. So Mom's going to sieve the cornstarch and the sugar. How much cornstarch, Mom? A teaspoon. And it just went right into the sugar?
I put it in with the
Remaining sugar.
remaining sugar.
And then we're sieving the cornstarch because super fine sugar is super fine. It tends to clump a bit.
What else do we do now?
Sieve and whisk in half the sugar and continue whisking until the mixture is... Oh, we did that.
Yeah.
Sieve the remaining sugar with the corn flour and fold into the mixture with the vanilla extract and lemon juice.
Vanilla extract, how much?
Quarter teaspoon.
Oh look, you used a quarter teaspoon.
No, I didn't.
A quarter teaspoon.
Vanilla.
Okay.
And a full teaspoon lemon.
Oh, it smells so good.
I know, our vanilla's amazing. Well,
We'll just
yep.
assume that what fell in
Was a
is-
quarter teaspoon.
I haven't had coffee yet.
No, me neither. Maybe that's why my back's being weird.
Maybe I should shake this first.
Yeah, settles, because it's just regular lemon juice, right? See how much juice we're getting out of our lemon juice thing?
Way less painful.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we doing now?
And now we are folding that into the mixture.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna get up. It was fine, that was fine. So we can watch Mom fold. She says to me it's a wrist action.
You see this?
Yeah. Watch her wrist go. Okay. And you just do it until it's mixed.
And you can see because of the vanilla being
Yeah.
brown.
It would be hard to tell if it was all
And it's quite interesting. I can hear
the sugar.
kind of grinding sound of the sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the graininess of the sugar.
We're getting there.
Yeah, it looks good.
And still some at the very bottom. That's the unfortunate thing about this.
It's got that little,
It's got a dimple
yeah,
in the very bottom, which
a
is
backwards dimple, a wart.
Yeah, it's useful for the stand
Yeah.
mixing, but
But when you're doing other things with
be a
it.
bit careful of it.
Do you need the spatula?
I'm going to go spatula now.
Okay. So use the metal spoon to help us with the folding, but when it's basically almost done, you can spatula.
See how it continues to be
Yeah, stiff and shiny.
a bit brown now.
Yeah, from our vanilla, from our amazing vanilla.
Oh no, I just saw another
There's a little bit at the bottom, yeah.
right there.
Okay, I think it looks good.
All right, so now we're going to put it on our parchment.
And we're using our circle as a guide.
Yeah. So I'm going to put it more or less in the middle.
Plop it down. Is it sticky?
I don't know, put your finger in it. I dare ya.
Not really. Is it safe to eat?
Yes. It's the yolks that are
It's the yolks that aren't safe. Okay.
to eat raw, yeah.
Oh, ho, ho. Yum.
Yep, sugar.
Yep.
Gotta love it. All right, so now I'm going to do my
Spread.
best to stay within the lines.
You don't have to, like, it's not going to do anything awful if it doesn't stay within the lines. The recipe had a tip about that. Let me look. It says, spread the meringue on the circle and build up into a bowl-shaped shell, swirling the meringue around the outside of the shell.
Okay, so the bowl shape is so that when we go to make it into a dessert,
Right, when we fill it.
there'll be, sort of,
Oh, I thought it meant like an upside-down bowl.
no, it
Like
looks
a
this.
dome.
That would have been called a dome. Okay.
Okay, so that there's like, yeah, because we're going to put whipped cream and berries inside of it.
And maybe drizzle on chocolate sauce.
Oh, depends how classy we feel.
Yeah. Oh, we've got any chocolate sauce. There's that as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, to me, this is bowl-y.
Yep, that looks good. And it's got its little sticky outy bits, like that bit will be delicious and crunchy.
Yeah, the cool thing about Pavlova is that it's crunchy on the outside and soft and chewy.
It's a texture lover's dream.
Which is what you are. Okay, we're going in the oven now.
We're going in the oven for an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half.
darn.
The shelves aren't in the right place.
Right.
Okay, where should your shelves be, Ma?
In the middle.
Because you don't want it too close to the heat source.
Yeah, too close to the top is bad because heat rises, and too close to the bottom is bad because...
Right, and it's all about air circulation because we don't want it to fall. Okay, so an hour and a half to an hour and a quarter. I will be in a meeting, a Zoom meeting, so Mom's going to have to take it out herself. See you in a bit, guys. Hi, guys. So while you were gone, we whipped the cream and prepped it, and so we took a slice And this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Raspberries, and you can see the inside is like squishy, gooey meringue, and the outside is crunchy, yummy meringue. All right, I'm gonna dive in.
Okay, you'll go first. I'm scared. Does it taste as good as usual?
No, meringue.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be like, meringue. Except for on the top of like a key lime pie. I'm not a fan of like the squishy meringue, unless it's encased in yummy, crunchy meringue. So you said this only took an hour to cook?
Yeah. Only took an hour. And normally when I make it, it takes less than the amount of time that it calls for in your actual recipe. So watch it. When it comes out of the oven, it doesn't have any cracks on it, but as it cools, it cracks. And the cracks are fine. Not to worry about the cracks. What? I talked a bit about humidity and whipping egg whites earlier.
I'm just gonna keep eating.
Okay. Anyway, so I found out the hard way that you can't make meringue on a really humid day. It just won't get any fluffier than the foamy stage that we.
Really?
Yeah. And I tried 3 different times with 3 different lots of egg whites, thinking that it was me, and then I looked it up on the internet, and the internet told me that.
It's just the humidity like weighs down on it.
I have no idea what it does, but it doesn't allow that fluffiness to happen. And we were lucky because just after we put it in the oven, it started raining here. Okay, leave me some. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.